Why I say that, okay? Because you need to look at the entry quantums if you want to enter into the Bukit Timah Road belt. $2,600 all the way up to 3,500 PSF, averaging out to 2,900 PSF, okay? So over here, 77% Singaporeans, 10% PRs, 11% foreigners. Still a very healthy number, okay? 14% HDB addresses, 85%. So over here, it's a little bit more private buyers and not as high in terms of percentage Singaporean ownership, but still very, very decent at 70-something%. So now the three things we like and don't quite like about Perfect 10. The three things we like: the layout. I'm a huge fan of the layout for the three bedders. Let me just very quickly show you. Huge fan of the three bedder layouts. So have you seen a development with one unit, two private lifts? Of course, people will complain that it's excessive, but if you're paying this kind of price, excessive is what you are probably looking for. So now, let me show you. Okay, so you enter into one of your two private lifts into your own little private lift lobby, and if you pick a high enough floor, a lot of the times private lift lobby no windows one, walls side by side. But this one, you step out into a private lift lobby with a full height glass window, so it's quite impressive, especially if you pick the higher floor. But even if you're lower floors, this lift lobby facings is actually still pretty nice, pretty impressive. As a layout of the development as a whole, if you can see over here, the architects are DP architects, so very, very good architects. And of course, a Hong Kong developer, Li Ka Shing, they see a lot of feng shui. So how the development is laid out is actually very, very nice. If you need more details, you can go and scan the QR code and go into the project website and click around and see lah. But huge fan of because it's a huge, very long pool. The units are quite a good distance. I believe it's 80 to 100 meters away from Bukit Timah Road, so you're not going to be too much affected by the noise lah. Right? Okay. Then you see the layout. I give them credit lah. They didn't, even because they are Hong Kong, so maybe this is quite a regular layout in Hong Kong, but you know what, they didn't sort of do a copy and paste cookie cutter three bedder layout into this. As you step in, while visually you see this is a very standard portrait layout, and it looks a bit awkward, like a bit of a small dining area. You need to go see the project on your own, because do remember this is 1,281 square feet. The other one is slightly smaller, but it's laid out the same 1,227 square feet. So kitchen all tucked away onto one side, right, as you enter. A full sliding glass, very, very clever design, because that gives you a very wide perspective if you tuck in all the sliding glass. Not a cheap sort of thing for the developer to provide, but they did provide it, which is, I think, a very nice touch. Kitchen, not overly big, right, yet naturally ventilated. They have also very cleverly utilized this. So for units with a private lift, they always have a back door in case your private lift spoil. Usually they need to provide that because it's only one private lift, but now got two private lifts, so chances of you using this back door is very, very low. So if you do close it, then this entire area is sort of your storeroom and utility area. The bedrooms are all tucked away at one side. Nothing much to shout about for the two bedrooms, but the master bedroom, again, I don't think the layout over here sort of does it justice. But what they have done is, once you enter, the entire side with the cupboard, I think, but at least what you can see is there's plenty of wardrobe space for the master bedroom. But that is just one thing. Do also notice all that size around this space. What they have done, right, is the side with all the cupboards is going to be one full feature wall, so with floor to ceiling storage, and even the toilet door that's in the middle of that wardrobe is going to be concealed within using the same material, same finishing as the entire wardrobe. So if you stand at the bed and look there, it's just one very nicely designed wall finish. I don't know why, I just found it very, very nice lah. Quite old school, that they provide you with a bathtub lah. But yeah, the layout see like that, like not very impressive, so do swing by the show flats. I would say it's very, very nice. Now, coming back to this, so right, one of the things I really like is the layout of the unit, layout for the entire development, how the development is at the back and further away, close to 80 meters from the front of the road, giving you that long driveway if you really have to drop off, and it's impressive lah. I think, like they say lah, I don't know, I hear a long time ago, but they were saying how expensive your house, how grand is your house, right? Is the distance from your front door to your house. It's something that is more common in the US, where they have a very, very long driveways. But I guess that works for Singapore as well, right? You make people wait before they see like the grand entrance of your house. Number 2, entry quantum. So you may be smacking me saying, are you sure? And this kind of entry quantum is it's something that you like. So why I say that? Okay, because you need to look at the entry quantums if you want to enter into the Bukit Timah Road belt. Hello, sorry to interrupt. We'd like to take the opportunity to thank you for watching the video, and also to share why we do what we do. Is to empower consumers with hard facts and figures, quality research, and real-life examples to allow them to make the most informed property decisions. So if you found our videos useful, the only thing we ask for is for you to smash that like and subscribe button so that the YouTube algorithm can push out our videos to more consumers. Thank you, and back to the video. Right? Give you a perspective. So Bukit Timah Road, right, we have Perfect 10. So on our left, it's Feral Residences. They are 3-bedder, they don't have 2-bedders. So anything less than 3 million, actually you cannot enter into this stretch in Bukit Timah Road, okay? There are 3-bedders, it's 1,000 Feral Residences, 1,841 square feet. So even that at 2,000 PSF is going to fetch us, we have an asking price of 3.6 million, which is about the same as what we are looking at over at Perfect 10. Wing on Life Garden, no 3-bedder, only 4-bedder, and the size is 3,240 square feet. Next door, even bigger, Honolulu Towers, 5,000 square feet, only 4-bedders. So how cheap the PSF, the quantum is still going to be much, much higher than what we are looking at over at Perfect 10. So I think it's one of the first guys that is offering the newer age products down the Bukit Timah stretch. So it's something really worthwhile taking a look at because of its proximity to the two schools. Again, that's not one of the points I've written here because I assume D10 you do have this, right? So now we have two, and somehow it covers both the genders, male and female, SCGS and the boys' school. So this $3.5 million to $3.8 million, a 3-bedder, to enter yourself into a 3-bedder in the Bukit Timah belt is a good entry quantum. 2.2 million 2-bedder is 2.2 to 2.5 million dollar 2-bedder, right? I mean we are talking about the Bukit Timah stretch, okay? Not talking about mass market, right? That kind of quantum, it's good because in that area, alternatives not that much. Because 2-bedder, the other development that is offering a lot of supply would be Cyan. I think that's how you pronounce it, CYAN, right? But even that, there's not many units there for sale, okay? And their units are at 980 square feet, asking or transacted at 2.2k PSF, so that quantum is also very, very big. So at your entry quantum now into a new development, not a lot of competition. So moving forward, selling shouldn't be too hard as well. Okay. And next thing, if you go and analyze the transaction data, this kind of quantums is transacting very, very healthily over there. So that's another thing that I have not put it inside here. Okay. So entry quantum and entry price lah. So entry price, the reason being there's a lot of floor loading happening in Perfect 10. I think it's about 20k per floor. So if you're still quite budget conscious, you can enter in a slightly lower floor units at a lower PSF and have the higher floor units sort of pull up the price for you. So which is why we see that huge range in PSFs because it's high and low floor. But there are still people buying the high floor units, right? And if you're paying that kind of PSF for high floor units, you know very well that they are own stay folks, right? And so if you wear the contrarian hat, you want to be an owner-occupier, you want to be an investor in a very owner-occupier heavy area, right? That helps you in terms of your whole break-even game plan for your exit strategy, okay? So now onto the three things we probably don't quite like. Would be the lack of 4 bidders, right? Because 4 bidders would mean that there will be owner-occupiers, so bringing in a higher number of owner-occupiers. And those will be a lot more family orientated. So us being 2 and 3 bidders. So for those of you who are looking for a very family area, I don't know whether you will get that with Perfect 10. But of course, if you start to see the sales charts coming up from top to bottom, you probably will then expect to see a lot of more owner-occupiers over there. But family-centric, maybe not so much, okay, because of the lack of 4 bidders. But even then, I feel the developer made a good move over here because 4 bidder, then you're going to have to compete with a lot of the other 4 bidders supplying that area. So they've decided to sort of focus on this particular product offering that doesn't really have a lot of competition over there, okay? But so for those of you who are looking to buy, who need 4 bedrooms, no choice, you have to go to Wing on Live or maybe somewhere other units further down. Like I think Balmoral side should have a few. So they are not. So we're not going to have options available for you over at Perfect 10. Number 2 will be the long TOP, right, all the way until 2026. If you're buying it for investment good, this will sort of shield you from the high interest rates environment all the way until 2026. By the time we do feel that the interest rates most likely will be reverted back to normal. And those of you that have to sell to rent while waiting for this to TOP, then you got to factor in quite a fair bit in terms of the rental being paid. Then number 3 thing that we don't like is the distance to MRT because Perfect 10 is sort of in between the 2 MRTs. I think it's 2 bus stops over to either Stevens or Newton.